Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, and this is where I give commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Thank you guys so much for joining. Let's talk about tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, coming to us from Kansas City. Now, I got to be honest. I want to start off by asking you guys to answer a question from me. Give me your thoughts on something. Do you think Kansas City would make the stadium for Kansas City would make a good place for a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In any event, let's talk about it. So tonight we have a couple of interesting things happened tonight. We found out that, as I predicted, it was Becky Lynch who attacked Bayley. And of course, Lyra Valkyria is going to fight Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship soon. The Women's Intercontinental Championship soon. Of course, we saw New Day watch as the Raiders take on the Judgment Day. We saw, successfully by the way, we also saw Pat McAfee cut a great promo. By the way, Pat McAfee, as always, is great on the microphone. Tonight was not PG at all. His promo was absolutely not for children, although they did mute a couple of things out, which surprised me because Cody Rhodes, they let Cody Rhodes go uncensored, so I was surprised but not surprised that they censored Pat McAfee a couple of times. Nonetheless, Pat McAfee will be going up against Gunter, and of course, I gotta be honest, I am a huge Pat McAfee fan, kayfabe, but he's going one-on-one with Gunter, who is suspended because of what he did to Michael Cole. And I don't have a good feeling about this when it comes to Pat McAfee. I just don't have the best feeling in the world. I mean, Pat McAfee is awesome, but this is Gunter. Gunter is not the type of guy that likes to lose often, so I got a bad feeling about this about Pat. I'm rooting for Pat, but I got a bad feeling about this. Also, we also saw a couple of guest appearances from NXT showed up tonight. We have Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez, a match ruined by Julia. We also had Io Sky come in to return the favor for Rhea Ripley, saving her from Io and Io from Julia, and of course Roxanne. So Io returned the favor this week, thankfully, and Rhea and Io stood tall. However, I don't know where this is going, but I'm sure it's going to be interesting. Speaking of the women, Stephanie Vaquer versus, who did she face? I forgot. Pitbull Ivy Nile. And this match, we got to see a couple of times we saw the Devil's Kiss. And I know somewhere Booker T was the happiest man alive. I still wonder, how is this guy not on the couch? And first of all, why do men got to be on the couch? Let me just get that off my chest real quick. Why do the men have to be on the couch? I never understood that. I mean, I don't know relationships like that, but why are men always on the couch? The guest room, I'm just saying. Speaking of relationships, Becky Lynch has gone heel, and so has her husband. By the way, Becky Lynch came back Sunday, and it was Becky who attacked Bayley. Saturday night, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk had a match that was 4.75 stars. The women's opening match for Sunday had the 5-star match, but Roman versus Punk versus Seth, which Seth won, as I predicted, was between 5 and 4.75, as I predicted. It is 4.75. Now, Seth Rollins earlier in the night offered Sami Zayn to go out to SmackDown and stay away from him because apparently Seth Rollins is going back to his Monday Night Messiah era. You guys remember that old era where he was acting crazy and acting like a WWE version of Jesus? We kind of saw this at Wrestle. We kind of got a tease that the Monday Night Messiah was coming back on WrestleMania Saturday when he came dressed up kind of like Jesus, right before Resurrection Sunday, ironically. But moving forward, Seth Rollins offered Sami Zayn to go to SmackDown and just stay out of the way. By the way, can I please point out something? All night long, we have been seeing him get advice from Paul Heyman and Jey Uso. But I need to pull out Karrion Kross. For those of you who did not see it, last Monday, Karrion Kross cut one of the biggest behind the curtain pipe bombs ever. It was something. I'm surprised he's still here, but he cut one heck of a promo backstage. After telling the guy in the back, who I'm assuming is Triple H, to go himself, I'm surprised Karrion Kross is still here, or should I say Killer Kross, as we know him from TNA. But the question now is, what are we doing with Karrion Kross after what he did last week, and a very good pipe bomb, by the way? What are we doing with him? He's had a lot of backstage segments, but what are we doing? By the way, I want to see AJ Styles and Simp19 Dom go at it, and AJ Styles win the Intercontinental Championship again. But anyway, back to business. Karrion Kross, I had to get that off my chest real quick. Now, let's talk about Sami Zayn's decision. He basically said he doesn't appreciate being threatened, and as if he just came back from injuries sustained by former friend Kevin Owens. Now he's dealing with issues from another close friend, Seth Rollins. Can I just say, Sami Zayn, you guys think John Cena and the fans have a dysfunctional relationship. Sami Zayn has some of the most dysfunctional relationships between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, which is one of the most dysfunctional relationships since DIY. More dysfunctional than DIY. By the way, congratulations, Street Profits. Good ladder match. Between them and Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn doesn't have a good track record with friendships. And the crazy part about it is, it's not his fault. It's like that one woman who can't choose a good man. Every man this woman meets is abusive. And it's like she keeps going after the toxic, abusive guys. And this is what Sami Zayn is doing. He's constantly going after abusive bro-men friendships. Just saying. And because he said no and refused to be threatened, he got destroyed basically by Braun Breaker. And then curve stomp to add insult to injury to end the show. Sami Zayn, you need help on choosing your friends, man. You really do. But in the meantime, I'm your host, Dan Cody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, what you thought about tonight's episode of Raw and this review. And I will see you guys next time.